This is Tristan, the bow tie toy guy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's toy and doll hunting episode, we are visiting the Queen City Beautiful Doll Club Fashion Doll Show in Cincinnati, Ohio. We have checked out this doll show several times in the past on my channel. I'll leave links in the description down below, as well as at the end of this video that you can click on. I highly encourage you watch those episodes when you're finished watching this one. They are my most watched to date. So thank you so much for everyone who has checked them out. I will walk around today and film all of the doll goodness. And then at the end in my SUV, I will show you anything I pick up from my own personal collection. Let's get started. Grab some popcorn. This is going to be a longer video. This was an amazing doll show. It was being held at a different venue this time around as compared to the previous two episodes where we checked out this show. Let's get ourselves started with some collector dolls. I'm not going to talk during the entirety of this, instead opting to allow you to just enjoy the sights and sounds. I actively collect Disney dolls, so it was awesome to see some mint in box Beauty and the Beast dolls of both the Beast and Belle. This Barbie as Rapunzel Christmas tree decorating kit is such an unusual piece that was really cool to see. There were quite literally hundreds of dolls at the show, both loose and in the box. I always enjoy digging through loose dolls to see if there's anyone I need for my collection. Of course, we found a Jewel Secrets Ken, one of my favorite Ken dolls of all time. Look at this adorable vintage Kelly fashion pack. So cute. In a future toy hunting episode, I find an outfit piece to Ice Capade's Barbie, so subscribe to the channel to see that in the future.
Everything's stuffed in here.
I mean, this one's so pretty. That's Cher faucet. Okay, right. And that's actually Cher. That's Cher, that's Cher. That's Carrie Fisher. That's Dolly Parton.
Does anyone remember when paper dolls were a big thing? There were several vendors at the show that had vintage Barbie paper doll books. There were several vendors at the show that had boxes under their tables just filled with vintage mint and box dolls. This holiday angel Barbie is so gorgeous. That face mold, she reminds me of the blue fairy from Disney's Pinocchio. An iconic 90s Barbie, Troll Barbie. This Great Scarier Reef Toralei Monster High doll is so cool looking. There are so many dolls at a show like this, I honestly just don't know what to show or not show, so I hope you guys are enjoying the footage. Let me know in the comments down below if there's a particular doll line that you really like to see in my toy hunting episodes. Speaking of one of my Holy Grail doll lines, Barbie Fairytopia, here is a gorgeous mint in box dandelion doll. There were quite a few vendors selling mint-in-box vintage dolls of the world Barbies. There's another YouTuber, RD's Toys and Dolls of the Week, that I've become friends with. He was actually at the show today as well, and we got a chance to talk and meet in person for the first time. He has a large collection from Dolls of the World, and he recently did a collection tour video on his YouTube channel, so check it out. The vendor that we're looking at right now is the toy department. They have a local toy store in Cincinnati, Ohio, and it's really amazing. I actually recently filmed a toy hunting episode there that I haven't released yet on the channel. They had a little bit of everything at the show, like fur skins, Barbie. I was talking to the guy that set up, and I had no idea that they had this many mint-in-box Barbies. He said that they had just a ton in storage that they brought to the show today. Have any of you checked out these Boss Fight Studio strawberry shortcake articulated scented figures that are new? I've heard good things about them. I have actively collected Bratz boys dolls for years now. They are so cute. I have a vintage bubbling mermaid Barbie at home, mint in box. I had no idea that she had shot up in price to $100 at this point. If you collect vintage 50s and 60s Barbie, definitely stay tuned to my channel. On this same trip, I attended the Barbie exhibition. That'll be a separate video. This is something you don't see every day. Vintage mint in box McDonald's Happy Meal Barbie characters like Todd, Janet, Whitney. In a previous episode of my toy hunting series at Friendship Flea Market, I found vintage Mulan dolls from Mattel. It was neat to see a vintage Mulan fashion pack at this show. I think this is our first mint in box Bratz doll sighting outside of Fashions. This is something you don't see very often, a mint on card rose petal place vintage fashion. This is something neat to see. It's a vintage Mattel wish list book from 1985. More vintage Mattel Barbie paper doll books. The one in the very front there is Locket Surprise Barbie, which is one of my favorite vintage Barbies. Look at that row of vintage Peaches and Cream Barbies. Did any of you pick up the 40th anniversary Peaches and Cream reproduction dolls that were exclusive to MattelCreations.com? I picked up both the Caucasian and African American versions. This vintage Disney Minnie Mouse Barbie outfit is so cute. I love digging through boxes like this that have both vintage and modern Barbie fashions. There was even a Clueless fashion pack in there. That movie just celebrated an anniversary. I am back from checking out the doll show. It was amazing. I have no idea logistically how I'm going to show you everything I purchased in an SUV, but I'm going to try my best. The sun finally came out. It was really cloudy during most of today, but it's starting to get really nice out. So there's no particular order to this. It's just sort of how I was able to lay it out inside my SUV. But we'll start with, there were a ton of mint on card and mint in box vintage as well as modern fashions for Barbie. So I went through and picked out like a good selection. So we'll start with, this is a teen skipper fashion. It was released in 1998 and I picked it out. It's a complete set. It's a little top with a skirt and the little shoes. I actually don't have a teen skipper in my doll collection, but I wanted to pick it up because it was only $5. I may keep it mint on card and put it on my wall where I have mint on card fashions, but I might open it if I ever find a teen skipper doll that I need an outfit for. So these are some of the other fashions that were available at the time. So that's the first fashion pack. The next one, I really, really love this. From this particular series of fashions, I have the rainbow gown, which is gorgeous. I'll show it to you. I have this one already at home. And so this is from the Barbie Fantasy Evening Fashions. This was released in 1994. And it is, there were 3 ball gowns and 1 tuxedo for Ken. So this is the second of the 3 ball gowns that I didn't have. Really beautiful. This one is like a different kinds of gold. And I think it's like sort of like a purplish blue. Really, really pretty. So I picked that up. I'm really hoping to find these last 2 at some point so I can have every fashion from this particular wave. And the next fashion is, and I hope this still works because I'm really tempted to want to open it just to see, but it is a glow-in-the-dark fashion released in 2000. It is literally a part of the glow-in-the-dark fashions line for Barbie. It is really, really cute. It's just like a simple sort of embroidered dress, if you will, stamped dress with traditional pink Barbie heels, but it's really pretty. So they did a pink version, and then according to the back, I guess they also did a purple version of the same outfit. So I picked that up. You can't see it because of the sticker on it, but it was available at Kmart back in the day. And I didn't pay the price that you're seeing on the stickers for most of this. I wheeled and dealed. And then let's see. I have so many fashion packs everywhere. So this is a little bit of a more modern fashion pack for Barbie, but I love this skirt so much. This was released in 2019. I didn't see this one in stores or I would have picked it up. So it's a little tank top, a skirt, a necklace, and a little, I think it's meant to be like a little watch instead of a little bracelet. But I love this like tinselly skirt. So I picked that up. And then I also, from that same vendor, I found a vintage Ken fashion. This was available at KB Toy Store, which I absolutely love. It's a part of the Stylin' Looks fashions for Ken, released in 1998. So literally the same fashion designs from that teen skipper. It has similar pictures on the back. So it's a little tank top, shorts, and a pair of sandals for Ken. So I picked that out to put on one of my restoration Ken dolls that needs an outfit. And then we're going to switch doll brands over to Bratz, specifically Bratz Boys. I found a mint in box Cameron Dream Date fashion pack released in 2003. I don't display them. I keep them in storage because I don't have space to put my Bratz dolls out. But I really do love Bratz Boys dolls specifically. If I find one at like a flea market or a garage sale that needs restored and doesn't have an outfit, I'm going to use this fashion pack for that very purpose. So I picked that up. And then let's get into, this is going to be noisy because they're all loose, but I didn't get footage of it because I was talking to other doll collectors. By the way, everyone who came up to me to say hello, thank you so much. I love talking to other doll collectors. It's lovely to meet each of you. And leave comments down below if you said hi to me. I'd love to continue the conversations that we had about doll collecting. But there was a big bin with just hundreds of doll fashions thrown in, and most of them were official Barbie, Shawnee, etc. So I dug through and picked some fashions out. Some of them I think I can ID looking at them, and some I'm not sure. So I picked out these pants. I feel like that these are Jewel Secrets or they are Barbie and the Rockers. I'm not sure. My guess is Jewel Secrets. I'm going to have to research it when I get home. It's older 80s because of the little clasp. And then I think this is a Dream Glow fashion piece. It's a little, I think it's like a little shawl. It is gorgeous. And the little stars glow in the dark. So I think this is maybe, I don't know if it came on a Dream Glow doll. It might be a Dream Glow fashion pack. And then this I'm in love with. This is a top and it's insane and I love it. It's just a giant bow, like a tube top shaped like a bow. I am very excited to put that on a doll. And then I feel like I know this. This is like, was it like foam and color or foam fashion or something of that line? Wasn't the Barbie in this? I think this came on a doll. Let me know if you recognize it. I feel like it's some sort of foam something, but that is definitely 90s Barbie. And everything I'm showing you that was loose was $3 total for all of it, which is amazing. I found this dress, which is insane. It's like a tube dress and it's like a scrunchie on both ends. And then last but not least, another doll collector came up to me while I was looking at this because no one knew what it was and he knew. It goes to a Shawnee doll, but it is this insane jacket, like absolutely insane. And it also folds into a skirt. So the doll can wear it as like a giant jacket, or it can fold up and turn into like a big skirt, which is really awesome. And like I said, all of that was $3. And then last but not least, I found 2 Minton box dolls, one vintage and one modern. I found Jewel Secrets Barbie. I have the Ken at home. You've seen him in a previous video where I found him at the Woodruff Place flea market. And now I have the Barbie to go with him. The box is damaged, but I'm going to open her and display her loose anyway. She was released, I want to say 88 off the top of my head. Let me look. 86. I was close. So I picked out her. And like I said, I didn't pay the sticker price of what was on it. She had 55 and I talked her down to 40. And then I picked out a modern Barbie Dreamtopia doll that I didn't have for my collection. A really pretty multicolor mermaid. I love the striations of color, and her hair is also rainbow colored, which is really, really pretty. So I'm excited to get her out of the box and flat iron her hair and make it look really nice to put on the shelf with my other Dreamtopia dolls. And that is everything I found. I've got stuff everywhere. Like I said, amazing show. Please let me know in the comments down below, did you see anything that you would have picked up? Subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching.